wanted, they picking. Snakes out, they hissing, but I can't hear when the crowd screams. Still balling like an offspring. This for all the ones that doubted me. Gotta lose once to be a true winner. Only want the hunters with the blues in her. Eating blood across it where the blood thinner. Just stay turned like I've been through that water like Olympic swimmers. Only bread and butter what we ate for dinner. So I had to dream it till the dream is bigger. Only want the gold, we don't need to see. Gotta be number one, number two never count. Used to have bubble guts competition, now point them out. Making my babies proud, wanna call my mama a house. Coming straight out the south, gotta know juice to end the drought. Yeah, I bought like 23. Won't fall again and I put that on me. Yeah, I feel the way my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah, that's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Come for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that split, did that drill. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here. Reaching my goals, I do not feel ashamed. I'm a dog, I'm a beast, and I cannot be tamed. I don't do it for fame, it's the love for the game. I go in like I'm trained. I'm prepared for the rain, they amazed. I ain't break from the sticks and stones they threw. Anything that you can do, I can do it better than you. No matter what I do, achieve, still got something to prove. I spent the check on the diamond cross, but still ain't paid my dues. Gotta be number one, number two never count. Used to have bubble guts competition, now point them out. Making my babies proud, wanna call my mama a house. Coming straight out the south, gotta know juice to end the drought. Yeah, I bought like 23. Won't fall again and I put that on me. Yeah, I feel the way my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah, that's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Come for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that split, did that drill. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here.
Hey yo, Nike check. I done made about $1 million and I'm only 19. Icy water dripping on a white tee. And shorty got a man, but she saying wife me. I got checks coming in like a pair of Nikes. If I like it, then you know I'm finna get it. Get the bag and then I flip it, watch me do it. All them on my wrist going stupid. Tryna put them on, but they never do it. Jay like, hold up, wait a minute, like don't make sense, don't really get it. I'm steady getting to the chicken, that tasty finger licking chicken. I mean, I'm getting to the good guap. Keep a rack in my socks. Diamonds cost me a lot. Nike check up all of my stocks. Hey yo, Nike check. T-shirt check. Sneakers check. Socks check. Hoodie check. Shorts check. Nike check. I done made about $1 million and I'm only 19. Icy water dripping on a white tee. And shorty got a man, but she saying wife me. I got checks coming in like a pair of Nikes. If I like it, then you know I'm finna get it. Get the bag and then I flip it, watch me do it. All them on my wrist going stupid. Tryna put them on, but they never do it. Going up sky high while I'm rocking Air Force. And she just wanna ride, shorty bad and gorgeous. She was rocking stripes, said it's alright. Then I cut her off, shorty stepped on my off-whites. Okay, now wait. Gotta get the bag and racks every day. Don't tell me to relax, I can't, I'ma say. Got a new Prestos and a Jason away. Got a new Chris Foss, but it don't take time. Might pull up on a hop if it talks too hot. And you wanna play ball, hit a 3-point shot. Or this my court, got a block on lock. I done made about $1 million and I'm only 19. Icy water dripping on the
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. It can inside this building, and just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. Time for a much-needed and much-welcome diversion. The NFL is back. Here we go, week 1. This will make it into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 23 yards, the final tally.
It's a gain of 23 yards.
Good catch by Marquez Valdez-Scantling, and that's something that his teammates needed to see and something he needed for himself. They call him MVS, and they want him to become an MVP type of a receiver. Speed to burn. He can stretch the field. They just need him to be as dependable catching the ball as we saw there throughout the season.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
So many times someone's success is the product of a lot of things coming together really well. And for Aaron Jones in 2019, it all came together for him. He stayed healthy, was on the field for all 16 games, got handed the ball 100 more times last year, and as an end result, broke 1,000 yards in a season rushing for the first time in his career.
Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a 1st.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Shamar Stephen there on the tackle.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. Jones breaking from the contact, and he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Right, call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Rodgers going to give this one to Dillon. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
A.J. Dillon.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Touchdown, Packers.
Rodgers pass.
Mercedes Lewis there to make the grab. And the Packers take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter, that's when the knockout occurs.
It becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives.
20-yard line.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. He'll set up to throw. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Zadarius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Justin Jefferson, the rookie, his intended receiver. But now it's third down.
Brings up third down and 17.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, here's Cousins. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25.
12 yards.
As the tight end position continues to grow in importance and gain respect, you understand even more why the Vikings selected Irv Smith out of Alabama in 2019 in the second round. They already had a big-time tight end in Kyle Rudolph. But now with Smith, you diversify the offense. You've got two big targets who can go down the middle of the field and make big catches. Expect that trend to continue in 2020.
A good return there, 17 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10.
47-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 27 yards there, a first down. From Viking territory now, they'll come up first and 10 at the 25-yard line. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
The 22-yard line.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From the 22, Rodgers. That is caught inside the 5. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. 2 touchdown passes now here in this first quarter for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead.
14, Vikings nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle the nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and now
and
they
out.
have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
That's a gain of 3.
Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
On third down, Cousins. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired on the first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
In punt formation for the Vikings.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. On the return is Irvin. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. This is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. Slant to Adams. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a 1st down.
And a Packer 1st down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Throwing now is Rodgers. And looking deep for Adams. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Devontae Adams. 34 yards. And the Packers add on to their lead. And it is now 21-0.
Makes the score Packers 21.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded in the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. Well, this one complete to Smith. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the 2nd down pass play only went for 2. Cousins now. Double coverage, and it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver, whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter. They'll determine that on the sideline. But bottom line, you could see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender was not his intended target.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Harrison Smith on the coverage.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12. A gain of 5. 1st down, Green Bay.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
The tackle made.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
On second down and 4, Rodgers. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Now it's Rodgers. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
Mason Crosby on for the field goal. A 23-yard attempt.
And the 13-year man puts it through. And the route is on. It's 24-0. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
And you're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jackson. And they will finally put him into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line.
They'll take over.
Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. And almost intercepted. He could have picked it, maybe some space to go the other way. Instead, it's 3rd down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
To throw, it's Rodgers. This will be caught at about the 6. Certainly not what they wanted there. No gain, and it's 4th down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, and this one just a chip in. And Crosby puts it through, and the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there, and that'll bring up second down. To throw, Cousins. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here's Irvin to return. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield, try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
Escaping the pressure right. And that one falls incomplete. A 50-50 ball, a little dangerous. Could have been picked. Now it's 3rd down.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's going to rifle, and that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Give him 35 yards there on the 3rd down conversion.
First down, Packers.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. He'll get this off to Jamal Williams. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know,
got a man open, it's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay.
To Devontae Adams.
4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And this offense is running away with this one.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there. Unable to do so, that makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
And the route is on here in this first half.
Makes the score Packers 34, Vikings nothing.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustment. Interception thrown by Cousins. Picked up by Josh Jackson, and they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Packers 41, Vikings nothing.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play.
His pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, we'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now it's the backup Rudolph. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
His pass.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw, Rudolph. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here, 3rd and 14. Back to the air, Rudolph. The Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Preston Smith comes in for the sack.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of it. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
7-yard line.
They'll go again to Jones. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. But he has been a workhorse for them in this game. And ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it. When he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Looking for his tight end Rudolph, and it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48, and they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And it's complete to Adams. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
1st down, Green Bay.
A give to Jones. Down to the 25. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Again, it's Jones. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings' 18-yard line. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
3rd down.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. This is caught, and he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay.
Touchdown.
Aaron Rodgers. Touchdown pass of the ball game as his guys continue to pour it on. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Makes the score Packers 48, Vikings nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. They run it again with Cook. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in four-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll move the chains. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. First down, here's the run with Cook. Space to maneuver at the 40. He's at the 50. The 30. Still staying on his feet. Are you touchdown, Vikings? Dalvin Cook, 75 yards. And the Vikings are able to get a score back. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no zero. You're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Bailey got the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
On play action, Rodgers. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's fourth down. Here's J.K. Scott now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Vikings now to start their next drive. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week one because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6 at the 37-yard line.
Rudolph. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Tight end Irv Smith, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be 3rd and 6. Running the jet sweep. This is Thielen with it. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
It's 4th down.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They'll run for it. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. Dalvin Cook turned away on 4th down. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. Rodgers now on 1st down. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give them 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well.
Packers.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Jones. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. Jones. And yet again, he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Great job by this Vikings defense. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. The last 2 plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
Little work still to do, though. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make them there. They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
They start the drive with Cook. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Zadarius Smith able to get him down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Again, it's Cook. And he'll be brought down here at the 28.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Third down, Dalvin Cook. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 12 yards there, first down Vikings.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through three quarters, no reason.
It really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense, but I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
On second down, Cook. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
You said what?
2 yards, good enough for a first.
Second and one is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being
bro, I'm beat. Yo, bro, he only scored because he only scored.
Up there and it'll be second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win.
Yeah, he only scored off a run. He scored off a lucky run up the middle. Otherwise, else he wasn't going to score shit. He's going to have a donut. It's going to be like 62-0.
It's still open for the coordinator.
And with inside of 10 seconds,
he only scored a run.
A
touchdown off a run. But he didn't throw no touchdowns all game.
Going here. This is play number
locked
7
down on that
third and 2.
Huh?
Here's Rudolph.
He can't. So it's a franchise game. Oh, he hit me on the top. Oh, how he get burnt like that though, bro.
Still down big.
Oh, he just threw one touchdown. Oh, that's trash. Hey, Nicholson, how you let that nigga burn you like that though, bro?
Coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never
How you let that nigga burn you like that though?
Gonna save the gas money, the hotel, what
have you, huh? How you let this nigga just burn you like that though? And he missed the extra kick, trash ass nigga.
He just yanked that one well to
the
left.
62-13.
No good.
So he got blew out by almost 50.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men.
Oh, no, don't you do that, Madden.
So will scratch
I beat the fuck out this nigga.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties
I beat the fuck out.
But it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us.
Yeah, I should have put in. I should have put in love had I known how trash this nigga was.
And plenty of weeks to come. So for Green Bay, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they return home next week to take on the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, that should have been love. You see the stats, Aaron Rodgers. You see the stats. No interceptions. 6 touchdowns. I swear that should have been Love's game right there. Word up. That should have been Love. He got Mason Rudolph. He put Mason Rudolph. Mason Rudolph was doing better than Kirk Cousins was. Kirk Cousins was just throwing up anything. Rushing yards. I was trying to run the ball. A little something. He got that one lucky ass run off, 95-yard carry, which had me pissed, I ain't gonna lie. But shit, you see Devontae Adams got 3 touchdowns. I was killing him with Devontae Adams. And Devontae's only at 89 speed. You said FAU? That's what it sounds like. Preston Smith and Zadarius Smith both had the sacks. The Smith brothers. Perry Nicholson had 2 interceptions. Josh Jackson had 2 interceptions. Darnell Savage had an interception. Kevin King. It's a no-flight zone over here in Green Bay. You cannot throw that ball over here on us, boy. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. You cannot throw that ball over here, boy. How many... We had 2 pick sixes. Or 2 pick sixes. That's 14. And then... 36 and 14. How many rushing touchdowns did I have? I ain't have no rushing touchdowns. So, that don't make sense. I had 6 touchdowns. No rushing touchdowns. I beat the fuck out that nigga, dog. I do it for real. For real. But if they like 12, I'm gonna be like, I do it for real. Start and ball with him. Let Mason start and ball. Let Mason start and ball with him. Miss Regency, I want a Kaepernick. Come get Mariota. He gonna have to be with them, man. Come get Jacoby. Nigga said come get Jacoby. Should've ran 4-3 wide all game. Nah, 63. He got 3. No flight zone in Green Bay. Yeah, he was okay besides the 2 glitch picks. Glitch. I didn't see. Glitch. Well, Pat still didn't fix that. I didn't see no glitches at all. Nothing but users out there. This nigga tight, boy. Oh. Oh, this nigga tight. I'll be tight too, boy. 62 to 14. I'll be tight too. Facts. I'll be sick. I ain't gonna lie to you, cuz. Shit, I'll be hurt. I didn't see no glitch on another but user out there. I do it for them. Gonna start trying different things out. The Blessed Rising is dope. Something like that. Something like that. But that wasn't the only reason I lost. Nah, the 2 automatic passes turning glitch, you got 2 pick sixes off of it. That shit fucked me up. But that wasn't the only reason I lost. I jumped one of them. The other, my CPU took over that shit. Crazy. I jumped one of them. The other my CPU took over that shit. Post trick UVOA. We only got a post. We only got a post if it's a ticket game, right? You only got a post if it's a ticket game, right? I thought that was supposed to be passing yesterday. Fuck no, I did that. Oh, these little niggas jumping this nigga. Little niggas put hands on this nigga. These little niggas jumped his stupid ass. God damn. Wow. This nigga Stevens in fucking Cancun. Bitch ass nigga. Word. This nigga's in fucking Cancun. Andrea, dick sucker. This is my division. I'm claiming it now. Wake up in the morning. Wake up in the morning and go to the joint. Gotta wake up in the morning. You said the cop outran a nigga? You said $1,000 foot race? Oh wow. Let's go, man. I just earned another trophy. Yes, I did. I just earned the trophies.